Welcome back to the session, Ashutosh, and it's always pleasure having you on our platform. And it's once again our pleasure and an honor having you here. And I'm super happy to have this session with you and have lots of discussion and lots of chatting with you. Okay, I am looking forward to it, and I'm hoping you are looking forward to it too.
For sure. Thank you so much.
All right, Ashutosh. So, as you know very well, all of our sessions have got a topic. Okay, similarly,
Mhm.
this session will also have a topic. And yes, the topic can be either of your choice, either of my choice, or it can be anything. Okay, anything. So, anything
Mhm.
relevant which you would love to talk about. So, anything in your mind which you would like to discuss?
Yes, exactly. We can discuss about the as this is the festival season, so we can discuss about the festivals. Like we know and consider India as the land of festivals, and we are always full of like festivals. So we would love to talk about that festivals. Of course, it would be great.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ashutosh. Well, that's amazing. You have come up with such a wonderful topic. Yes, the time is full of festivities. This is a festival season, and we have Diwali coming up. So yes, why not? Let's proceed. And that's a wonderful session and
Yes.
topic and a discussionable topic. So yeah, I am loving it, and I'll be super happy to have discussion over it. And yes, Ashutosh, before moving ahead, I would love to know from you which place, what is your hometown basically?
Yeah, when it comes to my hometown, I just come from Kanpur Dehat district. There are two different districts in Uttar Pradesh. Like one is Kanpur Dehat, one is Kanpur Nagar. So basically, I born and raised in Kanpur Dehat, and but nowadays I'm living in Kanpur city.
All
So
right,
two
all right.
different districts. Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so any particular festival which you celebrate in Kanpur or in your area, any festival like that?
I don't really think so. There is any specific like that for the people of UP. They celebrate everything. I do think like that, like even though they are just celebrating that Ganesh Chaturthi, Nav Durga. As we consider that, like if we will talk about like Durga Puja, it is a main festival of like West Bengal. When it comes to
True.
like Ganesh Visarjan, this is the main festival of like
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, right?
True.
Yeah, in that way. But of course, in UP we are celebrating everything now. I think so because the people of UP they are everywhere now, like in
True.
India.
Yeah, and we have just we are done with Navratri, right? Which is called Durga Puja.
Mhm, mhm,
So I would love to know
mhm.
from you, Ashutosh, how do you celebrate Navratri in Kanpur and in Uttar Pradesh? I would love to know it from you. How do you celebrate it?
Yeah, exactly. As I told you that I grown in a village, so I was really happy just whenever there was just Durga Puja because we used to have programs and we used to have a lot more like just a kind of Ramayana and just a lot more like devotional stuff. So I used to enjoy when I was a kid. I used to play around. It used to be a lot of fun, like because there was pandal, like people used to be there, crowd, and the work of kids was just playing whole the day. Nobody
True.
was saying anything to us, right? Even though the teachers were involved into it, so it was not a very serious case if we were missing classes as well. So it was really fantastic, but it depends on age as well. As just I am now pursuing my masters and I'm a grown up, I think, boy in that way. So I must say that nowadays it's not like the same scene it used to be. Now my parents they are keeping fast, but I don't do it. I used to do that when I was
Okay,
a
you
like kid,
used to
but when
fast
I became, yes, I used to keep fast for not 9 days, but like Pareva and Astami, the first day or eighth day, like it
first
was a
and the
common
eighth one.
culture.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, but what happened when I became the student of hostel? So it was a little tough because the like arrangements were not like for the people of fast because in home it is different. So, but nowadays, what is the case? Like the my parents or my sisters, they are just keeping fast or they are doing like worship from the morning. They are doing lessons of that. They are having a specific book, different chapters for the all 9 days. And of course, on the last of the day, there are a lot of like girls, and we are going to feed them. It is a kind of bhoj,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
very common everywhere, like Ashtami, Navami, or Saptami. The people they are calling to like small girls, and they will be feeding to
True,
them,
true.
and they will be giving them some gift as well. So this is a common culture, but unfortunately, this time or just recently, I was not in my home. I was just back to my city. I was in city, so it was very normal. In city, the like schedule is very normal because I'm not living with family members. So just whatever I do like same. It is not going to change. But when I was in my home, 2020 or 2021, it was quite fantastic. I used to enjoy a lot.
Do you miss those days, Ashutosh? Do you miss celebrating it with your family?
Yes. Why not? Of course, spending quality time with family is always fantastic, as it is a responsibility to just be there with them. Because of course, they are going to feel connected, and I'm going to feel very great. So, as I told you that I have been the student of hostel, so I had no that much opportunities to be with my parents. In COVID-19, it was so fantastic because I had nothing to do, no classes. I was not interested in like online classes, so I used to do practice and I used to enjoy festivals. That's it.
Okay, and yes, especially we miss our families if we are away from them. We miss our families,
Mhm.
especially during festivals. And these are the main festivals of our country: Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi, Diwali, Holi, and we ought to be there with our family. This is what I think, and it's always great being with them, celebrating it with them. Because if we are away from them, festival is simply like sitting in isolation. There is no charm in it. Okay, if you are alone and if you are celebrating it alone, there is no charm. So it's always great
Yes.
celebrating and being during festival time with the families. So yeah,
Yeah,
Ashutosh, I
exactly.
can relate to you since I have been to hostel also, and I missed my family during festivals. And I remember I didn't get holidays on these festivals like Durga Puja and Ganesh Chaturthi. I only got 2 to 3 days holidays for Diwali. So yes, I missed them. And yes, other than this, I want to know from you, Ashutosh, do you celebrate Dashera in any specific way?
No, not really. I think in that way, like it was not my type. Even though it's not my type, even though the Sarah, I don't like crowd too much going in. Like I used to enjoy, even though I told you that in childhood it was always fascinating to go there and lot more things, a lot more crowd, and sweets were quite crazy, like jalebis, and like we used to get that stuff. So it was a very nice thing. But now it's very normal. Even though I was in city, so if I wanted, I just I can go out, but I think there was no like to go out in crowd. Always in city, you can see this kind of crowd of like a Mela and fair, like always every day. If you will go out and you will be there in a main place of the city, you will able to see that much people. And wherever I'm living, it is near to the crossing, so it's too crowded. So I just I don't want to go out. And but of course, Dasera was not the like festival I used to celebrate. Even though when I became the student of Navodaya, I was not going back to my home on Dasera. I used to wait for the Diwali, and of course, I used to enjoy. There was a vacations, like there were vacations for 10 days, like so that was very nice. But Dasera was not my festival in that way. I was not celebrating that much.
Okay, so I remember one thing, Ashutosh. I have been to Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, once during Navratri, okay, and once
Uh-huh.
in Ganesh Chaturthi. And I was surprised to see, even we were staying at main area. Okay, it is one of the most crowded and the main areas of Lucknow, and I was not able to find even single pandal near to my location. So why is it so? I didn't see here where I stay in Madhya Pradesh. We have pandals at every 500 meters or every kilometer, and we have like the idols everywhere. So but I couldn't see that kind of zeal and that kind of enthusiasm in people during Navratri and Ganesh Chaturthi there. Is it so?
Yes, of course. Even though I do feel the same as this is the culture of pandals. Like I have seen like you're talking about that come from like West Bengal, and now the people they are celebrating everywhere in the same way,
Everywhere.
right?
Yeah.
Because most of the Bengalis are there in other states as well, right? But when it comes to Kanpur, of course, I'm sure. Even though I can talk about my city, I'm not able to see that much like pandals because for us it is the festival of home, not just making pandals outside. What I felt in that, right? Because the people they are just doing worship their home, they are just doing the kind of sthapna we call it, right? So they are going to put everything in their home and they are going to do it, and they are going to keep fast. So it is not the way like we do that in West Bengal or several states like Jharkhand and even though you told me about your state. But yeah, in my state I will be able to see pandals, but not that much so
Okay.
that's what the thing I must say to you. It is quite little bit different.
Yes,
And
it's
yeah,
different.
and if
I
I'll
found
talk
it
about
different.
yeah, Ganesh Chaturthi, now it is getting popular in UP as well. Now the people, even though that is also the same, you will not be able to see a lot more idols outside. People they will be keeping a small Ganesha in their home, and they will do all the worship, and after that they will go for it. So they are making it, rather than making it crowded, they are making it like a family festival, right? They are celebrating with family rather than just strangers and like that. That's what
Okay,
the
so
thing is,
it's
what I
more
felt.
of a
Mhm.
family event, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
And this is not the main festival as you know that of Uttar Pradesh, because we are
yeah.
calling it like Durga Puja from West Bengal and Ganesh Chaturthi from Maharashtra. But as due to the social media, it came to here as well, very popular. It became very popular now.
True. So yeah, I this is what I noticed, and I wanted to talk about it with you because you belong to Uttar Pradesh and Kanpur. Yes, and one more
Mhm.
question, Ashutosh. I just want to know about your favorite festival, which is the one.
Like very difficult question because there are several festivals. But if I'll talk about my favorite one, oh, really difficult to think about it. I think, yes, I must say that Diwali, of course, because it is the festival, of course, I do like. I must say Diwali because there's a Bhaiya Dooj, of course, that is a kind of similar of Raksha Bandhan. And if we'll talk about the main day, of course, it's very nice. And there is a, Choti Deepavali, what we call it, and Narak Chodas. And even though the day where we go to the our neighbors and we are going there to take blessings, this is very nice day because we will have to hang out with the people of our neighbors. And yeah, that's so I do like that festival. It is it is of 3 or 4 days consistently, and after that there is Govardhan Puja as well, which used to be quite interesting for me in childhood to just make that from like I used to enjoy making that. Yeah.
Okay, so Diwali is one of your favorite festivals, and you told me the reasons also. Because yes, it's definitely a festival full of life, full of lights, and full of love also. You get to meet your
Yes.
relatives, you get to meet your close ones, and that is really very special. And that is one wonderful thing about Diwali, and I too love and I wait for Diwali with all my heart. And yes, it's approaching, so you know, it's even when Diwali is approaching, when it's close, you will feel it in air. It will be all different. That is what I think. Really,
Yeah.
it will all be different. Even the markets, the
Yeah.
people, and everything. People will start whitewashing, and all of this will continue right before months. Okay, month or two, they will
Mhm.
start cleaning their houses, deep cleaning, whitewashing, and everything goes on, and it's totally different. The
Mhm.
aura is totally different. So yeah, Diwali is one of the best festivals of India, and yes, we love it. We definitely love it. Any other festival, Ashutosh, other than Diwali, which you like to
Yeah, of
celebrate?
course. I think if we will talk about like rather than Diwali, the Diwali comes on top, and after that we can talk about Holi. Oh, quite interesting. Like very nice. Like we do like gujia like that. That is really fantastic. The main dish of Holi. Like we have been waiting. Like sometimes we do wait a long for getting gujia on Holi special. So that is really fantastic with colors. And the last Holi which I have celebrated in 2020 was really amazing. Like before COVID-19, I was there to celebrate that pre-Holi. It used to be happen there. So it was a hostel, and you know very well like how boys celebrate. Oh my God, like it was so fantastic. So Holi is also the festival, like which is always making me happy. And two, like Holi's were really I think fantastic in my life when I was just leaving Naboda in 2019, and after that the last time what I think in the first year, that was the last Holi kind of thing, like in 2020 before COVID-19. So yes, really nice. Of course, I can't
I can see
forget
it from
those
your face,
memories
you
till
know,
now.
Ashutosh. It's clearly visible on your face, the way you are envisioning everything, the way you celebrated it. May I know some glimpses how you celebrated Holi in your hostel? A little bit of it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Why not? When there was like in that like in BHU, so there was a program. We just invited band or stuff like that. So just all the hostelers, like the boys from BCom, like which like like course students, they were just dancing like through the whole the campus, and just we took a round. And after that, what they have done, just they have just like tear the like t-shirts of everyone, everyone and just they made a like long rope, and they were just
Okay.
had like having that rope. Yes, exactly, that was the case, and all like boys were without t-shirt and all the colorful like and at that time I do remember I had a like long beard and a mustache, so my like beard was looking so colorful
Colorful.
and like mustache as well, so it was so nice. Like I
Okay.
like the clicks I do have now, so it is really fantastic. So in that way we have celebrated, and of course it was so nice. So I can't still forget, even though, but yeah, I can miss it only. Like
Okay, so all these are specifically boys stuff, what we call boys things, right? So
yes,
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 Ashutosh,
yes.
that was wonderful, hearing about your favorite festival and the festival approaching, that is Diwali. And yes, now Ashutosh, as you know very well, it's time to wrap up the session, but